The Truth About Death. An essay by Avatar Adidar Samraj. 1. It is commonly said that human beings do not know about death, since nobody has come back to tell them about it. Of course, this is false. Many people have apparently died and been revived, and their reports are very revealing. Likewise, many reliable individuals devoted to one or another form of spiritual practice have enjoyed and subsequently communicated about the subtle and beyond the subtle, the transcendental aspects of human existence, all of which relate to the process of death and one's destiny beyond it. What people truly mean when they say they do not know about death is that they do not know exactly what will follow it in their own case. Yet, the generalized presumption of no knowledge about death only provides an emotional excuse for avoiding the inevitable confrontation with the reality of death and the necessity that one study it and prepare for cooperation with its process. The process of death, like all the common events of human experience, is clearly available for you to observe in others and to study as a common as well as a personal psychophysical event. You can and must prepare for that event, even as you normally prepare for other great events, such as childbirth, or an operation or a test of knowledge and skills relating to a profession. Just so, like every human individual, you have many experiences during your lifetime that clearly duplicate at least some of the psychophysical aspects of the death process. These include the regular act of going to sleep, the experiences endured during periods of illness, and if you are involved in spiritual practice, the progressive revelation enjoyed via a lifetime of meditation. Also, many people are given remarkable experiences that reveal and demonstrate to them the actualities of the death process. I myself have had many such experiences, including complete duplication of the death process. Therefore, you should not presume that you do not know and cannot know about the death process. You can and must know about that process, and you must prepare for it through psychophysical self-study. Even if you do not come to know in advance exactly what will follow your own death, you can know about the death process itself, since it involves the familiar processes of your present body-mind. Furthermore, you can, while still alive in this world, enter into the profound practice of esoteric spirituality, by means of which it is possible to realize the real condition of existence, which is your ultimate destiny, as well as the actual structures of your experiential existence. 2. Fear of death is anxiety or emotional recoil experienced in anticipation of the event. Such fearful anticipation is basically the result of a failure to observe the death process in others and to study that process through systematic education and self-observation. Death is a necessary purposeful, and ultimately benign psychophysical process. It is similar to the process of giving birth, except that it occurs to both males and females. As in the case of preparing for childbirth, you must study the death process bodily and through observing others. Above all, tension and fear must be relaxed during the death process, as it must be in the case of a woman in childbirth. You must relax and release as when going to sleep, in a feeling of deep trust, love and surrender to the divine reality on which the process depends. What is on the other side of the death process may or may not be revealed to you beforehand, but it will certainly be revealed to you when it actually happens. Therefore, your only responsibility is to study, prepare for, and rightly engage the death process itself, much as a woman approaching childbirth studies, prepares for, and rightly engages the birth process. In the process of birth, the newborn enters the world via the lower bodily organs of the mother. In the process of death, the living being, optimally, enters a new circumstance via the crown of the head of the dying body, which, in effect, is the mother of the transitioning being. Therefore, learn to cooperate with the death process as a natural event leading to this end. The failure of such cooperation tends to make the death process painful and disturbing, even as the birth process can be for a mother who fails to surrender and cooperate with the event. If you do not surrender in cooperation with the death process, then you will tend to interfere with the ultimate event of release and separation from the body and the world, which, like sleep, is intended to refresh and strengthen the phenomenal being in preparation for a rebirth or resumed embodiment. Resistance during the actual death process makes the necessary transition difficult, and you may thereby force yourself into a pattern of psychic withholding, whereby you remain fixed in a ritual of illusory and frustrated association with past experiential aspects of the now receding body and world. In that case, attention does not pass freely to the crown of the head and beyond, but it becomes locked in dreamlike associations with memories, vital associations, and various aspects of experience in this passing body and world. You should prepare for death as a process of complete surrender and release of all physical, emotional, and mental clinging to the present body-mind, its relations, and this world. Your death should be a complete release of this present school and a complete relinquishment of the present design and content of your conditional self. You should fully consent to die at the moment of death, and so be released toward what is new and awaiting you above and beyond the realities of the present body-mind. Your ability to do this will be either enhanced or limited to the same degree that you are able to surrender while alive in the divine love bliss consciousness that is real God. Therefore, in order for death to be an ecstatic transition for you, you must not only study and prepare for the specific and terminal process of death itself, but while alive, you must also devote yourself to an ecstatic or ego-transcending way of life. Adida refers to ecstasy here, which means standing outside oneself or beyond oneself, and thus and thereby beyond separateness and separativeness.